We're here at the Autumn Lake Winery, and we're going to check out what this place is all about today. So get ready to roll. Here we go. Let's stomp. So we are inside or outside in the vineyard with Mark Hernandez. He's the owner of Autumn Lake Winery. And I just want to look at you. If you can look really carefully over here, you can see the vines. I don't know what this is quite called here when these are starting to come up. I believe it is bud break.
Bud break or shoot elongation.
Shoot elongation.
Bud break is like that.
Yeah.
See how they're just breaking?
Yes.
So now the shoots are elongating.
Okay.
And once they get to 1 to 3 inches, we need to start getting vigilant about fungicides and fungus. So actually tomorrow is my first spray day. It's already.
That's great.
So that's why the tractor's sitting out. It's ready to go in the morning.
Very cool. Now, I see you have a lot. In the back, there's a lot of vines. How many acres you have under vine?
Right now we have 12 acres under vine, 17 varieties, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
In a week, it's going to go to 19 varieties.
Really?
We're going to plant some small block of Italian varieties.
Oh, right. Okay.
Nebbiolo and Barbera.
Oh, I love Nebbiolo.
So,
like that.
Yeah.
You know, we had before, we were just tasting while we were waiting to talk, and we had Trentina. And maybe we could talk more about that inside that Trentina.
You know, that's a new Italian variety, and it's really not heavily planted except for here in New Jersey. Actually, I was lucky to be part of the birth of that variety. It was a cross between Muscat d'Automnal and something aromatica.
Okay.
It's a long word though.
That's all right.
Anyway, it was crossed over in Italy in the early 2000s.
Right.
And after propagation, a little bit of experimentation, a couple of years of making wine, they decided they liked it. It came here as FP 1319.
All right, divine.
Right. But our club, the Outer Coastal Plain,
right,
who Jim is a part of that you just met, we got to name that grape.
Okay.
So it's a proprietary grape of the Outer Coastal Plain. We get a royalty when one of the vines sells.
Okay.
And I just planted a half an acre in the back.
Okay.
But you tasted it. You noticed the aromatic.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's what caught my eye. It's like candy.
Yes.
And flowers in a glass.
It is. It's a medium sweet. It's very well balanced.
Right.
So we'll talk more about that inside. Really quick, how long have you been here?
We first planted in 2012.
Okay.
First harvest was 14. First saleable wine was 16.
Okay. What was your first wine you sold? First varietal?
I think it was Cab Franc, Steve.
Okay.
I think it was, yeah.
And you grow Cab Franc?
Yeah, we grow it. We grow it. I still have a bottle of that.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right.
It's probably not so hot.
That's okay, though. Yeah.
But we got better as we went.
Right.
And actually, the awards started rolling in. And we actually got the Governor's Cup one year for Petit Verdot in 2021, I think.
Nice.
And yeah, it was kind of a high point.
I think it's a big high point, for sure.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's nice to be taken seriously.
Yeah. That's why we're doing this. Okay.
Yeah.
So all right, great. So really quick, what is your best selling varietal or wine that you guys make?
I think it might be Albarino, Steve.
Really?
I think so. It grows here. Unlike I taste it from other locations, and I get acidity.
Okay.
But I get a milder acidity from what we grow here, and I don't know why. Soil, terroir, micro terroir, maybe. Yeah. But every year it's very consistent and very easy to make good wine with.
Well, you know, I think I did a thing on your Albarino.
That's right. My daughter showed me that.
It's fantastic.
You had the bottle up like this.
Yes, sir, I did. So I loved it. That's we bought that at one of the expos.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yep. And
cool.
That was one of the reasons we got to go down there.
Okay.
So yeah. All right. So we're gonna move on, and we'll be back with a little bit more. So now we're outside the winery, and Mark and I are enjoying this beautiful red blend, which is, I would say, proprietary red blend to the Outer Coastal Plain AVA.
That's right.
And it's called Curdest.
Curdest.
Curdest. Can you explain what Curdest is?
Curdest means heart of the East, and it refers to our area of the world. And we called it the heart of the East because it's such a great place to grow grapes. So that name would come up with by the club too, Outer Coastal Plain Vineyard Association.
Okay.
And it's a legally trademarked name for wine now, like a Meritage or a Bordeaux.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
it's
Okay.
can't, if the grapes don't come from the Outer Coastal Plain, can't be Credest.
Oh, that's cool. So they can't call. Okay, like it's like if it's not from Bordeaux, they can't call it Bordeaux.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
that's cool. So now, what grape blends do you have in this one?
I have a little latitude with the formula. We always use about 22% Merlot, Cabernet Franc, Cabernet Sauvignon, 27 or 28% Chambourcin, which is
Okay.
the hybrid,
Okay.
and maybe 5% Petit Verdot for color and tannins.
Okay.
So if you smell it, the Chambourcin's almost gone now because this is a 21 vintage.
Yeah.
It's almost 4 years old.
Okay.
And it kind of complements the Bordeaux's really nicely.
Yeah, this is really. They call New Jersey's. We are on the same latitude, correct? The longitude of.
I've heard that. I heard that in a seminar, at Rutgers.
Okay.
And we talk about our climate. We talk about our parallels to the Bordeaux region.
This is really good stuff. This is great. And don't worry about what it tastes like. What were we saying before about wine being fun? That was fantastic.
Wine is supposed to be fun.
Oh,
we've made it too snooty, and we've made it too uppity and too complicated. We need to decomplicate and just drink what we like.
And make it fun. Who cares about what you taste or smell? Do you enjoy it? Do you like it? Are you having a great experience? Like here, come to Autumn Lake. This is a great experience. There's music playing. They've got a stage in the background for festivals. That's what makes wine fun. Okay? That's cool. Thanks. This is great. Hello. And we're going to ask Mark to explain all this stuff to us. What is all this stuff, Mark?
This is what we need when we bring in grapes from the harvest and we bring in grapes from outside. We need a place to put it. Sure. So it gets crushed up or crushed and pressed, and it goes and gets stored in these different tanks. You see some ice on here now?
Yeah.
This one's going through cold stabilization.
This is a white?
Probably a white. It is not. It's Blaufränkisch 23.
Really? And you cold stabilize?
I don't want sediment in there, Steve. I don't, if I can help it.
You get all the crystals inside.
Yeah, it's hard to clean.
Yeah.
But I don't get them in the bottle. If it was a big red, like a big red blend, a BDX or something, I probably wouldn't do it.
Now, do you work on this at all?
Yes, it came up from the cellar, and now it's getting ready to go. It's probably a month from bottle.
So you oak it first.
Uh-huh.
You oak the Blaufränkisch, and then you put it here, cold stable.
Right. Want to take a look at the oak room?
Yeah, let's take a look at the oak. So, okay, Mark and I came downstairs into the oak room. Look at this cellar. This is pretty cool. What is this? What is
Blau.
that? Oh, Blau. It's Blau.
Blaufränkisch. Blaufränkisch is a wonderful Austrian grape.
Okay.
Red. It grows really well here. At least a dozen Jersey wineries do grow this and doing an outstanding job with Blaufränkisch. The biggest problem is getting the public to be able to pronounce it.
Yes, Blaufränkisch.
It's very hard.
One of the first things I tasted, believe it or not.
Today?
No. When I first started, like, let's do a wine thing on Instagram. We went to Tomasello because they have little wine by me and Wyckoff.
Yeah.
And I tried it, and I was like, oh, let me try that. And it was cool. But this is great. Now, this is what was upstairs in the tank being stabilized.
That was upstairs is the 23.
Okay.
The 24 is still undergoing its time in the cellar.
And how long under oak? Or how long?
This will be 12, 14 months. Blaufränkisch is like a medium body.
Yeah.
So we don't do the 16 or the 24 month oak to it. Just kind of hit it. So usually one of the first ones to go to bottle after the initial harvest.
Very cool.
You can see this barrel is neutral.
Yes, this is a neutral.
So
that means it's been used.
I am not buying any more barrels.
Right. You buy brand new.
They cost $1,200 now. I know.
That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
And then I got to lift them in and out of here too, which at my age. So we're experimenting with some oak alternatives.
Okay.
Oak adjuncts, toasted staves that you soak in the wine, and trying to get the oak flavor because the micro-oxygenation from this barrel is still working. Yeah. It's still an awesome vessel.
Yes.
It's letting a micro amount of oxygen in it slowly ages this wine, but not too much. So we're kind of getting the best of both worlds that way.
Okay, I like that. And then now this is, you have here San Marco, which we tried today for the first time. The San Marco grape, that was great. Cab Franc, you have Cab Sauvignon, right? They say
a little bit
Sauvignon.
Yeah.
Petit Verdot.
Yeah.
Oh, Pinot Noir.
Chamberson, Merlot, Pinot Noir.
Okay, so you made, again, like you said, you made about what, 20 different varieties?
Right, we grow 17.
17.
Roughly, yeah. So.
Great, I love it. All right, we're gonna, I guess we'll move on.
Sure.
Yeah. Now we are inside Autumn Lake Winery's tasting room, and we're drinking a wonderful. This is a unique white wine. It's called Trentina.
Trentina.
Correct. And we're going to let we'll let Mark explain what this wine is and why it's so special.
Trentina is actually named after the Trentino region in northern Italy. And that's due to the fact that it was conceived and propagated there for the first time in its short life. Sometime later, we gained access to the vines, and we planted a small experimental block, 2019, and they did really well. They are fungal resistant variety, which we like. They're cold hardy, which we like. But the really cool thing is, it's the aromatics of this wine.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a little candy and a little floral rose petal.
Yeah, you're definitely getting flowers.
It's not citrus like so many others. It's not palm fruit. It's lighter.
It's lighter. It's almost like, I don't know much. My nose is not great. But it's almost like, to me, I want to say stone fruit, but light.
Believe it or not, this is 0 residual sugar, but there's a perception of sweetness when you sip this.
Yes.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I definitely
get it. Perception of sweetness, but it's bone dry.
Wow. That's great.
Really interesting white wine.
Very well balanced, too.
Yeah, we really favor it. So much so, we just planted a half an acre. Wow. Another half an acre 2 years ago.
How many bottles of this you sell a year? Do you know?
9 cases. That's it.
9 cases.
It was an experimental block.
So you need to come down because the experiment was a success, and it is so good. This is great.
Cool.
I love it. Is there any other kinds of wines you want to talk about before we wrap it up?
One interesting thing I don't think too many people do around here, Steve, is bourbon barrel aging.
Oh,
so
okay.
We do one called Squonkam. It's named after the Indian tribe that inhabited this
the land.
It's named after the town. This town used to be called Squonkam.
Oh,
and you have one up in North Jersey somewhere. There's a township named Squonkam.
Okay,
I never heard. No. We're not alone with the Squonkam.
Really? Okay.
And it translates to bad spirits.
Oh.
So we believe it's because of the amount of mosquitoes that inhabited the lowlands around here. But anyway, it's 2 or 3 points higher in alcohol. We've aged in fresh bourbon barrels for 14 months.
Wow.
And it actually absorbs some of the caramel and the creamy and the vanilla from
this is a red?
Yeah. We use Chamberson.
Oh, okay.
Chamberson grape exclusively. I can.
So it's not a blend.
No, it's just straight Chamberson aged in bourbon barrels. And I thought we were supposed to empty them the first time I did it. So me and my buddies came over. We emptied them into a filter. We actually drank the bourbon from the bottom of the barrel. And I found out later you're not supposed to do that.
No?
But no, you want it in your wine.
You want the actual bourbon in your wine.
That last liter of wine that's left in the barrel, you want that in the wine.
Oh, I got you.
So
okay.
It makes a really unique, interesting twist on Chamberson.
Interesting. We'll have to check that out. I noticed that you got these really cool barrels up there.
Oh, yeah.
Can you zoom in on those barrels real quick? That's pretty cool, right? That's cool. Where did they come from?
Those are actually our very first barrels that we bought used to put our first reds in.
Really?
So once they expired, we cut the ends off and we made them into decorations for the room.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
I noticed it says wine on tap, and you have taps there.
Yeah, you can always come in with get a half-gallon jug from us, and we'll fill it up for $29 for the estate red or $25 for the estate white. It's a nice way to grab a lot of bulk wine. And
That's
it's
great.
good wine.
That's good stuff. You hear that, youngins? Come and get some wine on tap. Awesome stuff.
Reduce your carbon footprint by saving the glass, saving the label, saving the cork, saving the planet.
There you go. Look at you talking that millennial speak. Salud. There's a stage here. There's a room here. There's a room down there. There's a terrace down there. Let's find out what kind of cool things we do. What kind of cool things do you do here, like events and stuff?
You can come during the week at night for a cake decorating class, or a charcuterie board class, or a paint and sip class. You could do private events here. If you want to have you and 20 or 30 of your closest friends, you can have this room or the patio.
Got the whole room. It's amazing.
We will rent the entire room. Patio, you can rent an entire terrace.
Okay.
So we started out pretty flexible that way. We're just really looking for action.
That's great.
We're trying to be really flexible. Bring your dog, bring your kid.
You guys are pet friendly.
Pet friendly, outdoors.
That's fantastic. Great.
We tolerate people.
People they tolerate. The dogs they love. That's good stuff. So that's great. So check the calendars and come to Autumn Lake Winery and come to one of the cool events during the week. And if you're having a private event, this is the place to be. Thank you, Mark.
All right.